Hi, I'm Fay Khoo, and today I'll be teaching you how to make a delicious and nourishing chicken and mushroom noodle soup. For the ingredients for this wonderful recipe, you'll need some glass noodles, mushrooms, any kind will do really, but in this instance we've used oyster and shiitake sliced, some chicken breast. I've removed the skin, I've trimmed the fat to make them obviously heart healthier. We've got ginger, julienne, minced garlic, sliced spring onions, red chilies, de-seeded and sliced. Obviously, you don't have to de-seed them if you prefer a little bit of heat. Some amino acid, some coriander for garnishing. You can leave them whole with the leaves, which tend to look very nice, or chopped up, or as we have done here. Some white pepper and chicken broth. Obviously, if you can make your own, it's preferable because it's a lot more tasty and it's a lot more nourishing. But if you time poor, get a low sodium chicken broth. Don't get the one that's normal because it's got more salt content. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the stove. Set it to, say, a medium heat. Add the chicken broth. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook the chicken breast first with the ginger and the garlic. So I'm going to chuck in the ginger. Now, ginger, as you know, has got lots of health benefits, but did you also know that they're anti-flatulent? So if you're feeling a little gassy, make sure to add more ginger. Garlic, myriad health benefits. We all know that. It also helps with hypothyroidism. It helps your immune system, and it's known to be, anti-carcinogenic. So go ahead and dump it in and get rid of the vampires while you're at it. We're going to put the chicken in and cook it. So what we need to do is we need to bring the pot to a boil and then lower the heat to simmer until the chicken is cooked through. Make sure it's cooked through because you don't want to get salmonella, which will take about 15 minutes or thereabouts. Okay, the chicken should be cooked now. Let's give it a go. Let's take the chicken out. Smells really nice, actually. So I'm going to leave the chicken breast to cool for a little bit. In the meantime, what we can do is we can cook the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to throw in the glass noodles. Now, I use glass noodles rather than normal egg or rice noodles because glass noodles are obviously lower in gluten and they're healthier. And if you let them simmer in the soups and stocks, they really absorb the flavor and you get 100% flavor with them. I'm also going to add the mushrooms. In this instance, we've got 2 mushrooms for a little bit of decadence. I'm going to throw in more of them. And the shiitake. And half of the spring onions. I'm going to leave the other half for garnishing. So I'm going to just throw in some of the spring onions to give it a little bit of oomph. And some of the amino acid. Now, I'm using amino acid rather than soy sauce because it's got a much lower sodium content, so it's a lot healthier for you. But it still has that, salty kick that we all crave. So I'm going to throw in some of that. So I'm going to leave that to cook. I'm going to throw on the heat a little bit more. It'll take about 3 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll slice the chicken breast. So obviously, it's quite clear why we use chicken breast rather than, dark chicken meat because, as you know, it's very well documented that chicken breast is a lot healthier for you. But always remember that, you should cook it without the skin. Otherwise, it also obviates the reason for using the breast. So while cooking your chicken breast, always make sure that it's thoroughly cooked because if you don't and it's still pink in the center, it's a recipe for disaster and for, unwanted salmonella. So I'm going to check on the rest of the ingredients now. Right, it smells delicious. I think it's just about done. The noodles are really nice and translucent now. Let me show you. See how it's all soft and it's absorbed all the goodness of the soup? Right, it should be just about ready to serve. So I'm just going to get a serving bowl. Smells absolutely splendid. So we're going to get the noodles out and then I'll ladle out the soup. So here's the thing. I mean, it's just such a misconception that, healthy food hasn't got any taste because I find that even though I cook quite healthy at home, I'm always very satisfied by the food. You can smell the ginger, you can smell the garlic, it's all infused into the soup and it's just marvelous. So now that we've got all the ingredients in there, we're going to garnish it with some chili, as many as you like, if you like your noodles a little hot and spicy. Some additional spring onions, just for a bit of color. And some coriander. Coriander is great for your health as well, so, use it. I love to lavish my noodles with loads of coriander, but, if you don't prefer it, use a little less. And some white pepper. Right, and let's not forget the chicken, the star of the noodle dish. Get as much in as you like for a really, robust and tasty meal. So there you have it. Chicken, mushroom, noodle soup, my way, very quick, very tasty.